This is the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
Identify yourself, please.
This is Detroit's Progressive Talk, 1310 WDTW, Dearborn, Detroit.
Stay tuned for the Medical Marijuana Radio Show, brought to you by the American Medical Marijuana Professionals on Gratiot and Roseville. For certifications, call 1-877-RX-420-99.
The comments, ideas, and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the show participants only. Nothing stated in this program reflects the ideas, opinions, or beliefs of this radio station and or Clear Channel Radio.
Please listen to this important announcement from Pfizer, the makers of Lipitor, atorvastatin calcium tablets. Pfizer may help you reduce the cost of your monthly Lipitor prescription. For eligible patients, Lipitor is available for as little as $4 a month with the Lipitor copay card. Terms and conditions apply. To learn more, please visit Lipitor.com. See our ad in Cooking Light magazine. Learn more at Lipitor.com or call 1-888-LIPITOR.
Get extra savings and extra hours at Macy's Extra Special Sale. 20 to 60% savings, plus an extra 20 or 15% off with your Macy's card or pass. Outerwear for all, 35 to 65% off. Cashmere sweaters for him and her, 50% off. All Keurig single-serve brewers, 30% off. Shop early till 11 p.m. at Macy's Extra Special Sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply. Store hours vary.
Hey, Steve Greene here for the Medical Marijuana Certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville.
The Green Bee Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Green Bee Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Green Bee Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Green Bee Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Green Bee Collective.
The details are sweet at MMMGreenBee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
Well, this formula is specifically to grow cannabis.
That's Ray Kogo for Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients.
Now, everybody knows that large buds and tight buds come from genetics, and then the amount of light you use. The other part is having the correct nutrients that the plant's going to use. Mine specifically to grow cannabis, so it's going to get everything that it needs.
Ray knows what you may not. Those nutrient companies you can get in most grow shops are not cannabis specific. That means they take the stuff out of the bloom that your plant needs in bloom. You can get Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients too. It's just 2 1-gallon jugs that make over 600 gallons of nutrients, all for less than $100. See the difference for yourself.
More trichomes, bigger buds, faster growth, and for less money.
Go to CANNABISformula.com or call Ray direct at 517-375-8998. That's 517-375-8998. Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients. Medical Marijuana Certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical Marijuana Certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The patient's place for medical marijuana education and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast. 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski Targowski and Daniel Groh. Targowski and Groh have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Groh toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Groh, 800-957-1069. The Ohm of Medicine is a state-of-the-art facility in Ann Arbor where art and passion meet patience and safe quality access. Get to the place that has top-of-the-line security, atmosphere, art, and most importantly, a highly trained and caring, compassionate staff. And the convenience is clear. Ohm of Medicine is easy to get to in downtown Ann Arbor. Private, well-maintained, handicap-accessible restrooms, convenient, secure parking in 2 nearby lots with complimentary validation. The Ohm of Medicine. Log on to omofmedicine.org.
The following presentation is controversial and may be offensive to some audiences.
It's been nearly a year since all of Michigan's constitutional offices were taken over by newly elected officials.
24-Hour News 8's political reporter Rick Albin's been tracking the progress of the state's new leadership, and he spoke to one of those people today.
You know, we've talked about how busy it's been in Lansing, and it's not just been for the legislature. It has been a busy year everywhere. Attorney General Bill Schuette, for example, has been involved in a lot of issues, from joining a lawsuit to overturn health care reform to fighting the spread of Asian carp into the Great Lakes. And one issue that the Attorney General has had to deal with more than once, the status of the medical marijuana law in the state. He says the law was sold as a way to deal with chronic disease and end-of-life issues. Instead, he says it has been, quoting here, pirated and hijacked.
People didn't vote to have dispensaries near churches. People didn't vote to have greater access of drugs near schools. And so the point is, when there's a law that was poorly crafted, has caused lots of problems in communities. So my job is to interpret the law. And I think the real conclusion here is if citizens of the state of Michigan want to have a discussion and maybe a vote or a debate on legalizing drugs, go ahead. Let's have that. Now, I'm opposed to that because I think that it gives gateway drugs to kids. I think it and really would mean easy access for young people to get hooked on drugs. So I'd be opposed to it. But it's better to have a debate and discussion on it, be honest about it, and instead of look the other way and a nod and a wink.
The Attorney General will be my guest this week on To The Point. Schuette's efforts have raised the ire of some who support the medical marijuana law. In Midland County, the Election Commission has approved language for a recall, backed by at least one individual who disagrees with Schuette's interpretation of the law. In order to get that recall on the ballot, however, the group would have to collect more than 800,000 signatures between now and March of next year.
Countdown to launch. The medical marijuana
launch commit
radio show.
Guidance is internal. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Power clear.
Roll program. The Medical Marijuana Radio Show is a production of the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
You tuned in to that Medical Marijuana Show. 855-MMM Radio. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Hey. You tuned in to that Medical Marijuana Show. 855-MMM Radio. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Okay, Steve is the host with the co-host Denise. Starting at noon Saturdays every week. Yes, we keep it you legal. Legislators and lawyers, doctors and the growers. The show is for the people. Michigan medical marijuana, no hassle. We talk about anything, any issue we can handle. Call us up and let us know what is on your mind. And make sure when you do it legal every time. Hey. You tuned in to that medical marijuana show. 855-MMM Radio. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Keep it legal. Hey.
Welcome to another Medical Marijuana Radio show for, oh goodness, what is it? It's the 10th of December, 2011. I'm patient caregiver Steve Greene. Normally to my side, Denise Pollicella, who promised me she was going to be in studio today, but unfortunately she sounds like she's a little under the weather. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I brought a t-shirt for her and everything. Haven't seen Denise in months. But she promised she'd also be on the phone, so hopefully we'll have her on the phone here in moments. Also supposed to be in the studio today, Mr. Dennis Alexander. Good Lord, he's not here either yet. I had to make special arrangements to get him in the back door. Apparently, Dennis, who's the chef from the Magic Oven, told us that he had a problem with his kid's car or something. I don't know. He was getting something towed last minute, and he was on his way. So Dennis Alexander in here in moments, in shining moments. Boy, has it, every time I get on the air here at 1310, I got to tell you that I always say it's big news, big news. We always got big news. And, it is always big news, at least to the medical marijuana community. We've always got something in the news. And this week, it's no different. Closure yesterday of the Blue Water Compassion Club and all 3 locations up there in the Thumb area, Bay City area, down, raided by the Michigan State Police and task forces abroad. So later on in the program here, I just wanted to play something for you. Now, BAYANET is a big part of the people who do the raids up there. And Channel 5, WNEM, out of Saginaw up there, had a little piece that they played. This is from November 7th, I believe, because they're actually trying to decrease funding for BAYANET. And I would agree with that, because the police are profiting up there off the medical marijuana people, just policing for profit. They don't care about the pot. They got heroin problems up there. They got coke problems up there. They got huge issues. The pot's just low-hanging fruit for the drug enforcement people. And they'll come in there and, do the same thing they do in Oakland County. So we wanted to play the piece about the WNEM out of Saginaw. They had a little news piece about the BAYANET thing. And that all relates to this Blue Water Compassion Club closure. And then also up there in the Bay City area, the ET Compassion Club. That one's closed down. There's another one over there, the Angel. Angel something or other. I'll have to talk to Steve from ET. We'll see if we can get him on the phone in a little bit. All coming up on the program later today. Also, pay attention to the calendar. If you go to radioweekshow.com/calendar, you'll find a calendar of events there. It has all of the medical marijuana events in the state. And if you want to put an event from your area on the calendar, please email us. Email Steve at radioweekshow.com. We'll put all that information up in the calendar. It's available statewide. We're hoping to turn that into a phone app so people can just have that right handy on their phone all the time. Or you can just bookmark it if you got internet access on your phone. Bookmark the page. That works too. Put a little icon right on the front of your phone. Then we also have the medical marijuana, the first ever medical marijuana achievement awards. And that's going to be coming up on January 29th. I have to look and see on the website here. I'm just going to take a peek real quick and see if he's actually got it in there and got it fixed yet. Oh, it's not quite up there yet. He's Bob, our web guy, is working on it right now, feverishly, as we speak, putting up the link where you can nominate somebody for the first annual ever Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards. Also today, talking on the program, we've got to promote the 40th anniversary of the John Sinclair event out there in Ann Arbor. They were going to hold the thing down at the Masonic Temple in Detroit. They've moved it to Ann Arbor. So they're down there at the Union Divide. We'll talk about that. How can you get involved with the John Sinclair event? 40th anniversary of the whole John Sinclair thing. Can you believe it? Oh, yeah, wow. What was I, 4 years old? I think I was 4 or maybe going on 5 when this went down. How old were you? So if you want to get involved on the program, please call us today, 810-423-2350. Or you can also call this number, 248-848-1310. More to come right here today. You heard it here live on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show live in Detroit. Don't go away, folks.
Steve and Denise will be right back on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenience you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320. Medical marijuana certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical marijuana certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com.
The Green Bee Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Green Bee Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Green Bee Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Green Bee Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Green Bee Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now. The Ohm of Medicine is a state-of-the-art facility in Ann Arbor where art and passion meet patience and safe quality access. Get to the place that has top-of-the-line security, atmosphere, art, and most importantly, a highly trained and caring, compassionate staff. And the convenience is clear. Ohm of Medicine is easy to get to in downtown Ann Arbor. Private, well-maintained, handicap-accessible restrooms, convenient, secure parking in 2 nearby lots with complimentary validation. The Ohm of Medicine. Log on to omofmedicine.org. Hey, Steve Greene here for the medical marijuana certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville. The patient's place for medical marijuana education and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069.
When I was young, I knew something was wrong. My mother would forget to pick me up from school.
Drugs and alcohol may make you forget your problems. And more.
Then she remembered something. Me! My mom worked hard to be in recovery, and now she is here for me. Hi, Mom!
You ready? Let's go! For drug and alcohol treatment for you or someone you love, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Simple round of conversation.
Oh, I'm so disappointed, Denise isn't here to listen to the Foo Fighters song. I promised that we would play the Foo Fighters. Look, put it up a little bit. Look, it's fading out. Put it up. Oh, good Lord. Hey. I promised we'd play the Foo Fighters when she came back, and she's not here. Where's Denise?
I'm here in spirit. I hear it.
And you are there. Good Lord. Hey, happy holidays, Denise.
You too. Thank you. I'm so sorry I couldn't be there, but trust me, it's better this way. I don't want to infect you too.
Oh, good Lord. What you got, the holiday bug?
Yeah, apparently.
No, that's not good.
You know.
So did you see what was going on this week? Did you see all the stuff that was happening up there in our thumb area? We got a sore thumb.
Yeah, in Lexington. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, the Blue Water thing.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised. The East Coast is nuts. I mean, I'm disappointed that they hit a compassion club. I don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
You know? But, and nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. I was thinking this morning about what to say on your show, and I'm literally out of anything to say except I hope this passes quickly and somebody gets some common sense.
Well, have you seen also that we're looking at maybe putting up another referendum, another ballot initiative?
I hope so. I've spoken about this to a few people. I think a dispensary initiative would work a little bit better, would fly a little bit better than a legalization initiative.
I think so, too, because, Bill Schuette's always saying, he's always trying to change the argument to, hey, look, none of this wink and a nod stuff. If you want to talk about legalizing drugs, let's do that, because he understands that the polling works in his favor on that argument.
I don't disagree. I mean, I would like marijuana to be legalized, certainly.
Yes.
That would simply just make it easier, and I think probably just taking it out of the Controlled Substances Act on a federal level and letting the states regulate it as they will would be a great first step. But this is the thing. If we, after the year we've had in this community, if we put up, and this is my fear, I'm not saying it's going to go this way, but it's my fear, it's a concern. If we put up a legalization referendum, all of the opponents are just going to go, look, we told you, this is what they've been after the whole time. They just want to legalize drugs for recreational purposes. It's all just a ruse, and this is what's going to happen. And I think it'll be killed. I mean, it couldn't fly in California.
Right, one of the most, liberal areas in the whole country.
So I'm a little concerned about a legalization referendum. I would prefer treating it specifically as a medication, just like any other medication, talking about dispensaries and regulating it a little bit more. But this is the thing. That was their job.
Right.
It was the job of the administration to regulate this when it first became decriminalized for medical purposes, and they didn't do their job. And they didn't do their job because they didn't start it. Usually when a bill is passed and a law is passed and a law is made, it's been introduced by Congress people, so it's had support somewhere on both sides of the House. It's been through however many committees. It's been through budget. It's been through appropriations. It's been through all of the different committees it needs to go through. It's been approved by the legislature. It's been passed and signed by the governor. So you have the support at the administrative level where the regulatory authorities, in this case, well, it was Community Health and now it's LARA.
Yeah.
Make the appropriate regulations to fill in the loopholes to support the law. And because they didn't start it, and it might be a power issue or it might be an ignorance issue or it might be some sort of other pushback, they never helped. So instead of getting all the regulatory support and filling in the blanks that we usually get with normal legislation, it was nothing more than pushback, and that's still where we are. So unfortunately, the administration, the court system, the regulatory authorities, they didn't do their job. So we're stuck figuring out what to do next.
Well, and that's the same problem going on in other places across the country. I mean, you've got these people struggling with this in Washington State, in New Jersey, and other places. Did you see the initiative that was started by the governors of both of those states to reclassify?
Yeah, I think I don't think it's going to happen. I think that was a great first step. The problem, of course, with that is that there's absolutely no provision for testing marijuana on a federal level. So that was it sounds good, but if you read, the MMP did a really good job of blogging on that. That's the first teeny tiny little part of the process. And frankly, it doesn't even belong on Schedule 2. It belongs on, 3 or 4 maybe.
Right.
But frankly, I'd really rather see dispensaries reauthorized or, I'd rather see the state work with the dispensaries and regulating it on our own and not leaving it up to the federal government right now. I think that people that are looking at the federal side of things are sort of copping out at this point.
I'm going to play a little piece here, Denise. This relates to what you're talking about here. This is the WNEM, that's Channel 5 out of Saginaw. And they played a little piece. This relates to BAYANET and funding to BAYANET. And now BAYANET's part of the people who did some of this Blue Water Compassion and ET Compassion Club. They also are closed now. Them, and there's another one called Angel something or other up there that's also closed this week.
Right.
We can go ahead and play this. Denny in the other studio there. If you could play that for us, I'd appreciate it. This is from WNEM Saginaw TV5.
We have to start making tough decisions and correct decisions, economically and morally. And that's what it is. It's moral.
It started with an ad in the Bay City Times, and it has now become the next chapter in Ed Shaprinsky's one-man battle against the Bay Area Narcotics Enforcement Team.
The high-profile defense attorney had his office raided by BAYANET officers back in 2001, and tonight he's calling for top officials to cut that agency's funding. But BAYANET is fighting back tonight. WNEM TV5's Bill Walsh has the very latest in this battle, all new at 11.
The public is going to be watching your vote.
Ed Shaprinsky's one-man crusade against BAYANET has drawn its supporters, like this man, and it's drawn critics, like this mother who lost her child to drug addiction.
There's more than him that have lost their life to heroin.
Bay County's Ways and Means Committee heard both sides today. BAYANET is a drug task force serving 6 counties. There was some question as to how much money Bay County kicks into BAYANET. Supporters say they would actually lose federal grant money if BAYANET went away. County Executive Thomas Hickner breaks it down for us.
The sheriff's office pays for half of a deputy's salary, and the federal grant money pays for the other half.
Basically, that is correct.
Okay. The prosecutor's office, through its budget, pays for half an assistant prosecutor. Federal dollars cover the other half of that salary.
That is what is my understanding, correct.
As we first told you last night, Bay City defense lawyer Ed Shaprinsky thinks 1 penny is too much to spend. He says BAYANET answers to no one and primarily targets medical marijuana patients.
I invited the head of BAYANET, who's on M Live today, and I invited the sheriff there to debate me on Thursday night at Bart's in Bay City on this issue.
Sheriff John Miller says given Shaprinsky's history with BAYANET, he understands why he's angry, but times have changed since that raid in 2001.
I believe that BAYANET is the best thing for the dollar spent right now. In Bay County, outside the city of Bay City, there is no drug team.
This is a cop
After
talking
hearing
there.
from the public, the Ways and Means Committee unanimously approved BAYANET's grant renewal.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. From the Bay County...
Just to make it clear from the story, BAYANET uses a deputy from the Sheriff's Department and an assistant prosecutor, and Bay County's budget pays half of each's salary. We don't have an exact dollar amount on that. No word if anyone will accept Shaprinsky's challenge to a debate on Thursday, but we will keep you posted. Live in the Continuous News Center, I'm Bill Walsh, WNEM TV5.
So there you go. That was
BAYANET's grant renewals now go to the...
that was the story that happened. They went to the county there asking them for funding again. And there were people saying, no, I don't want to do the funding because these guys are abusing their authority. That was an attorney's office they went and raided. I don't know what the raid was about back in 2001, but apparently he was not too happy about the way they treated him.
Yeah. Well, and again, as far as the people who are in favor, unanimously, it's incredible. It's that's a cop-out to me. It's not about funding. Nobody is begrudging a task force from fighting against illicit drugs, but that's not what they're doing. They're using their authority and their funding to raid medical marijuana patients. People have got to start realizing, and when I say people in positions of power with badges and guns, have got to start realizing that medical marijuana is not a controlled substance. When you are talking about illicit drugs, you're talking about heroin and cocaine and meth and drugs that are really problematic.
Well, and the lady that was up there at that hearing, at that county hearing, was saying, don't cut the BAYANET funding. There's so many, my kid died from heroin overdose. They need to, but that's what look, if there was more marijuana available, people wouldn't be out there dying from heroin because they wouldn't be getting addicted on opiates.
As we saw, a couple of weeks ago when that report came out, that alcohol-related traffic deaths are dropping dramatically.
9% in states with medical marijuana laws.
They are lumping marijuana in with illicit drugs, heroin, cocaine, meth. When they are using their funding to raid medical marijuana patients and medical marijuana dispensaries, that's not a drug task force anymore. It's not.
No.
You know, I don't know what to call it other than a police state.
Well,
or you know.
Look, they're just robbing and lining their pockets. The very thing that Bill Schuette's up there on, the stage talking about all the time. Oh, this has been hijacked by drug dealers, trying to line their pockets with huge profits by selling drugs. He's doing the same thing with the police forces here.
And you know what? You know what they're doing is they're catching the low-hanging fruit.
That's exactly
Getting a marijuana patient or a grower is significantly easier than finding cocaine or heroin because people were led to believe that they could do it openly and legally if they were staying within the bounds of the law. We've got people here in Livingston County who are getting raided constantly, who are absolutely operating within the bounds of the Medical Marijuana Act, including the compassionate apothecary case, and they don't care.
David Morse out there wants some money for his prosecutor's office, and the sheriff's department out there like to line their pockets as well.
Well, and the general public's not being well educated, and come election time, our prosecutor out here, David Morse, is going to say, "See, I cleaned up Livingston County. No more of these pot shops, and no more of these drug dealers." And he's going to be able to give numbers. I made so many busts and so many arrests, and so many felony convictions, and now Livingston County won't have marijuana. See, we're safer. Yeah. And really, it's the exact opposite.
What makes me most angry? Have you seen the no-knock raid video, Denise? I played this for people on our show.
I have, yes.
Oh, God, doesn't it just make you sick, the no-knock raid video? Mm-hmm. This is exactly the kind. We do 70 to 80,000 of these in the United States every year, these no-knock raids where they're shooting pets in front of kids. These people are bringing danger into places where there wasn't previously danger present or even likely to be present.
Yeah. Well, and it's unfortunately, it's like anything else. It's like, gay rights or cancer or anything else that's uncomfortable to talk about or a little bit controversial. No one's going to pay attention until it affects them personally.
Denise,
they really aren't.
What should people do at this point? I mean, what in your opinion, what do you think people should? What's the easiest thing that people can do to try and make a change?
Well, certainly, I don't begrudge anybody closing their dispensary. I am not personally facing felony charges or jail time, so I would never tell one of my clients, and I haven't, you need to stay open and fight the good fight. But what I do tell people is, look, if you are acting within the scope of the Medical Marijuana Act, grow, smoke, eat your medibles, act appropriately, and I tour grow rooms. And I give the seminars, and I'm constantly counseling people on making sure that they are aware of the boundaries of the Medical Marijuana Act as it stands right now. I'm like, look, we will defend you. You're completely defensible. You're acting within the bounds of the Medical Marijuana Act. Do what you're going to do, absolutely. But at the same time, talk about it, get involved. And this is the hardest part. I mean, this is the dark ages. I feel like we're in the Spanish Inquisition right now because you've got people who are terrified to say anything. So really, it's working. The bad guys are winning. The entire theory that they had about raiding and throwing guns in people's faces and felony charges and making them poor and putting them, getting them into court, threatening to take their children away and keeping their money. It's working. It's absolutely working. So this is the time when people need to get angry, and I don't know if people are angry enough yet.
Well, they should be.
And when they do get angry, they need to start talking to their legislators and say, look, it's a medication. What's the big deal? You need to support this. And start putting facts in front of them. And for God's sake, I know I'm telling people this, but get in touch with MAC. I really think that MAC particularly has done a fantastic job of sort of corralling and organizing all of the different medical marijuana groups throughout Michigan sort of in a coordinated way. So I think if anyone's going to get a lot done quickly, it's going to have to be MAC.
We got about a minute and a half before break. How can people do that? How do they get a hold of MAC? Do you know a way to get a hold of them?
Yeah. Well, you can go to the website. I would give out Jamie Lowell's cell phone number, but he'd probably kill me.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. He gets enough calls at that number already.
Right.
He's already dodging bullets from that phone.
You got to visit bigmac.com. They say it's org, but it's really not. It's bigmacc.com.
That's pretty funny.
And, poke around on the website. They've got a calendar of events. attend some events, start blogging. I mean, look, Obama got elected over the internet, so start blogging, get on Facebook, start, talking to people about this socially. Make them comfortable with it, educate people. I have not met a person yet who cannot be educated into supporting this.
If you're a dispensary and you're still open, what should you do? I mean, maybe you can't afford an attorney. What would you tell those guys?
I don't know of many attorneys right now charging enormous retainers to come and just view your place. I don't.
Right.
I mean, I have, 11 or 12 right now, 5 of whom are still open. Call me, call a Mac attorney and make sure that they come and talk to you about what it is that you're comfortable with.
Denise, we got to go to break. We'll be right back. More coming up next on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
More of your calls next on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Hey, Steve Greene here for the Medical Marijuana Certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville.
The Green Bee Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Green Bee Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Green Bee Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Green Bee Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Green Bee Collective.
The details are sweet at MMMGreenBee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
Well, this formula is specifically to grow cannabis.
That's Ray Kogo for Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients.
Now, everybody knows that large buds and tight buds come from genetics, and then the amount of light you use. The other part is having the correct nutrients that the plant's going to use. Mine specifically to grow cannabis, so it's going to get everything that it needs.
Ray knows what you may not. Those nutrient companies you can get in most grow shops are not cannabis specific. That means they take the stuff out of the bloom that your plant needs in bloom. You can get Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients too. It's just 2 1-gallon jugs that make over 600 gallons of nutrients, all for less than $100. See the difference for yourself.
More trichomes, bigger buds, faster growth, and for less money.
Go to CANNABISformula.com or call Ray direct at 517-375-8998. That's 517-375-8998. Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients. Medical Marijuana Certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical Marijuana Certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The patient's place for medical marijuana education and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. The Ohm of Medicine is a state-of-the-art facility in Ann Arbor where art and passion meet patience and safe quality access. Get to the place that has top-of-the-line security, atmosphere, art, and most importantly, a highly trained and caring, compassionate staff. And the convenience is clear. Ohm of Medicine is easy to get to in downtown Ann Arbor. Private, well-maintained, handicap-accessible restrooms, convenient, secure parking in 2 nearby lots with complimentary validation. The Ohm of Medicine. Log on to omofmedicine.org.
It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you. Welcome back to the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. With me on the phone, Denise Pollicella. Hello, Denise. Are you in a Christmassy mood, Denise?
Pardon me?
Are you in a Christmassy mood? Are you in a holiday spirit today? No?
I'm getting there. I think we're going to decorate the tree finally, so...
Yeah. You're a little under the weather today? Are you going to be all right?
I'll be fine. Lots of tea, lots of zinc. You know how it goes.
No eggnog. Eggnog might not go so good today.
You know me. I'm a workaholic, so every once in a while I have to take a day and recoup.
So, yeah, I wanted to play a Kill Bill update, but I got nothing to give on the Kill Bill. Although he's going to be really mad at me, and I don't even know what I'm going to do. I released a song on iTunes. It hasn't shown up in the iTunes folder yet but it's the the Bill Schuette song, the one that we did earlier. We released it on iTunes, and we took some flames and put them in the background of a backdrop. We cut out Bill Schuette's picture with his crazy cheesy smile. We put some horns on him, and it says DJ Medspliff. That's me. And then underneath it says the Bill Schuette song. It says Jail the Sick, and then underneath that it says Recall Bill Schuette. That's the album artwork.
Yeah.
So
he's, I don't think he's going to be mad. I don't think he's capable of that kind of thing anymore. But I would suspect that, once this legalizes, he'll be first in line. So. Yeah. I'm not convinced that his opposition to marijuana is completely sincere.
Well, no, it's about lining his pockets. He's not just doing this with law enforcement. He's got all those, Dow Chemical connections back in Midland.
Yeah, it's interesting. People don't realize about his family's connection to Dow and all of the pharmaceutical patents that they must be hanging on to. It's
well, not only that, the chemical, the chemical companies are threatened by the marijuana industry, the hemp industry.
Certainly, as our tobacco, and alcohol and big farms. So
look, alcohol sales in medical marijuana states down 9%. If that tells you why they would be mad about this. Yeah.
It's interesting that the lack of support so far for this is interesting. I think we just need to keep at it. The next election cycle ought to be interesting. I would like to start seeing some senior citizens getting involved. They're the ones that are using it the most.
Well, they are. And you know what? I talked to Steve up at the ET Compassion Club. Mm-hmm. We were going to get him on the phone. Unfortunately, he's a little tied up right now. We've been talking to him through the breaks, and he just cannot come on the air right now. But given the circumstances up there with BAYANET, who knows what he might be dealing with. The thing is that he was saying that all these elderly, I've been trying to get him on the phone. I can't get him on the phone because all the old people that come into his place are going, what do we do now? What are we going to do?
Sure. I mean, people who are older, the group of people who are 50 and over are the fastest growing population of marijuana users for medical purposes. And, it's for various reasons, but certainly it's for health reasons. They are absolutely tired of having their bodies destroyed by conventional pharmaceuticals, and they'd like to be able to try something else. And certainly, a 75-year-old with rheumatoid arthritis isn't going to be able to grow his own medicine. So
right.
Certainly, they're absolutely hurting. And they tend to get riled up. They're an active population, so let's see how much we can rile them up over the next year.
Look, I'm not even 45 yet, and I'm cantankerous already.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to get riled up now.
Yeah.
You should too. But in the absence of getting riled up, because, there's a time and a place for everything. Let's take the riling and put that towards your political conventions and your votes at the booth.
Speaking of conventions, Ben and Ed and Michigan Organics has thrown another conference. And I believe it's gratuitous. I don't think it costs anything, but it's going to be January 27th and 28th at the Clarion in Ann Arbor.
Yep, 27th, 28th, and 29th, I believe. And if you haven't heard about it yet, we're throwing the first annual ever Medical Marijuana Awards, the Michigan Medical Marijuana Achievement Awards, at that event on the 29th there on the stage where you guys did your panel discussions last time.
Yeah, I'll be on the panel again this time. You guys can't get rid of me.
Well, we're going to be broadcasting those panel discussions live. We are installing special lines out there and everything. Last time we went out there, we were trying to go through the Wi-Fi at the hotel. That wasn't working out so well. So we're having lines installed. multiple camera coverage, and we're going to do this thing. If you want to nominate somebody, you can go to radioweedshow.com. Up in the upper left-hand corner, there's a quick link section. Click on the nominate thing, and you'll be able to fill out a form, and we'll send you off an invoice for that nomination. It's going to be a great time, and I think it's an awesome chance, Denise, to spotlight the people who've rolled up their sleeves and done something important for this community. Hopefully it'll spur more of the same next year.
Yeah, and I would like to see some new faces there this time. So for people who are listening who really are curious about what the heck is going on and what it is that the sort of movers and shakers in this industry are planning and what it is that they can do to help, really should go. Go and listen, shake hands, listen, ask questions, and maybe even get involved.
It's going to be a great thing. We had a great time out there in August.
Yes. I may even show up for all 3 days this time, so that would be fantastic.
Really? We could count on that from you?
Absolutely.
As busy as you are, goodness sakes alive.
Yeah.
Things have been really busy for you, haven't they, Denise?
Well, I'd really rather be making my living. As you know, I'm a business attorney by trade, so I'd really prefer to be making my money from, setting up dispensaries and keeping them healthy. And right now I'm doing more criminal defense work than I'd rather. But, somebody needs to defend these poor folks, and I've had to talk enough public defenders through the Medical Marijuana Act in Livingston County that I finally got disgusted and brought my own attorney on. His name is Jeremy Knox. He's from West Bloomfield. He's a superstar, did a magna cum laude out of Michigan State Law. So
wow. What's his name again?
Jeremy Knox.
Knox.
Yeah, KNOX. He's been with the firm for about 2 months, and he's just kicking butt.
That's awesome.
So I'm very, very pleased with how well he's been doing, and we've been servicing a lot of clients in Livingston County, Genesee, Oakland. Unfortunately, there's been a lot.
If people want to reach out and need some advice, either on a business level or on a criminal defense level, how can they get a hold of you, Denise, so they can get some advice from you?
Sure. Well, the office line is 517-546-1181, or we can always be reached at cannabisattorneysofmidmichigan.com.
We're going to nominate some people for an achievement award this year?
Am I going to nominate anybody?
Yeah, we should nominate some people.
Lord. Yeah. I mean, how many people can we nominate?
As many as you want.
Everybody I've met has done such a fantastic job. I mean, you have to have so much. It doesn't just take passion and real belief in the power of the alternative medication, and also passion about this particular cause, but it takes a lot of backbone right now.
Moxie.
You need some chops.
Yeah.
You need some serious chops to be in this, and to put your name and your reputation on the line, and put your professional life and your living and your savings and all of that. It's, you jump in with both feet when you jump into this. So I can't think of anyone I met who hasn't deserved this yet. But so, yeah, I'll be giving it some thought. I've got a few on top. I've got a short list.
So looking forward to today. Did you see what's going on? It's the 40th anniversary, the whole John Sinclair thing.
I saw that. That's fantastic.
They're having a big party, a celebration out there today.
Of course they are.
And John's going to be out there talking. Did he ever wake up after the High Times event?
I haven't. I really should be out there, but like I said, I've got some holiday stuff to do with the kiddies. So.
Yeah, well, that's there's nothing more fun than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
But it's going to be today. It's the Union Divide, or what do they call that? The Union. What do they call that down there?
Oh, at the Union?
Yeah, it's a Union.
Yeah.
So it's going to be John Sinclair out there with a big speech and a big gathering, a big party. Gersh Avery, J.B. Lowell, Rick Thompson, all the main favorites. Of course, and then hopefully you, because the whole John Sinclair thing and the whole Beatles song and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's the 40th anniversary. I was 4 years old, Denise. Good Lord.
It's fantastic. So was I. Are we the same age?
Yes, it's true.
I just tell your listening audience my age? That's awesome.
Shame on you. Women are not supposed to tell their age.
I know we're not. I don't really care.
You can't tell. You don't look a day over 22, Denise.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
I swear. People ask me all the time.
No, you meant I don't act a day over 22.
Well, that's what I meant too,
Yeah, there's a difference. All right.
Well, we'll have to send you a Christmas present, Denise. I can tell you I got a T-shirt from BAYANET Michigan Organic Solutions. It's the pink
Hey,
Vote Green T-shirt.
From
We got to run to break. Coming up next on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Got something to say?
Call now toll free. 855-MMM-Radio.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Network. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320. Medical marijuana certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical marijuana certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com.
The Green Bee Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Green Bee Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Green Bee Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Green Bee Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Green Bee Collective.
The details are sweet at MMMGreenBee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now. The Ohm of Medicine is a state-of-the-art facility in Ann Arbor where art and passion meet patience and safe quality access. Get to the place that has top-of-the-line security, atmosphere, art, and most importantly, a highly trained and caring, compassionate staff. And the convenience is clear. Ohm of Medicine is easy to get to in downtown Ann Arbor. Private, well-maintained, handicap-accessible restrooms, convenient, secure parking in 2 nearby lots with complimentary validation. The Ohm of Medicine. Log on to omofmedicine.org. Hey, Steve Greene here for the medical marijuana certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville. The patient's place for medical marijuana education and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069.
When I was young, I knew something was wrong. My mother would forget to pick me up from school.
Drugs and alcohol may make you forget your problems and more.
Then she remembered something. Me. My mom worked hard to be in recovery, and now she is here for me. Hi, Mom.
You ready? Let's go. For drug and alcohol treatment for you or someone you love, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This law has been pirated by Captain Crunch. This law has been hijacked by Barney, the Purple Elephant, by Sesame Street, and by other children's shows.
I mean, come on, folks. Does this sound like a conservative Republican to you? Or a crackpot?
I am not a crackpot.
I'm voting crackpot. What do you think, Denise?
I love all the nicknames. I think it's fantastic.
Billy Bong, gotta have, Billy Bong. He says every day, people didn't vote. I saw him on, just recently out at Wood TV in Grand Rapids saying to the local reporter there, people didn't vote to have pot shops and drug, come on, Bill.
I've yet to see a pot shop. That's the thing. I mean, the guy is he's off his rocker. And that's the thing that's so perplexing. People call and clients come in just distraught and they say, why? And I'm like, I don't know.
He says that
I would love to give you a good reason.
He says people didn't vote to have easy access to a gateway drug for children.
No.
Apparently marijuana is a gateway drug, all right. It's the gateway drug to the Attorney General's office.
Easy access, that is such a joke. It used to be easy, and now it's much. I mean, like I've said, about 1 billion times over the last year, it was a streamlined, well-oiled, self-regulated machine. You could not find it in a high school. You could not find it in an alley. You could not find it on the street. Easy access, it's a joke. And, the gateway drug argument is so 5 minutes ago.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Apparently marijuana is the gateway drug to the Attorney General's office because that's exactly what, got Mr. Mr. Shooty. Billy Bong used to smoke the pot there in college.
Yeah, he's off his rocker. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore.
I'm sorry, but if he's going to start painting clown makeup on, I'm going to help him.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm looking forward to the holidays. I'm looking forward to the celebration coming. I'm going to try and make my way out there to Ann Arbor for the big celebration out there at the, what do they call it? Look, I'm not an Ann Arbor guy. I'm a Sparty guy.
It's just probably at the Michigan Union.
The Michigan Union, that's what they call it.
Yeah, it's just across from the Diag. Yeah, right on State.
State, what is that? State and what would be the nearest cross?
No, State and William, I guess.
Right there on campus.
Right downtown. Yeah, it's on campus. Yeah, the Michigan Union's right on campus. It's right on State, kind of State and William, right across from Angel Hall and the Diag and stuff.
I have a feeling if you're near in the area and you're nearby and you're nearby and you're just trying to make your way there, just start sniffing.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Look for the, tie-dye. We get it.
Follow the kids walking across the street towards wherever the guy's speaking at because there's going to be a lot of fun out there today.
Yes, follow the underage kids from the pot shop, and you'll get there.
Right. Follow the trick-or-treaters. They're on their way. I'm just kidding. So, a little comedy. Ding. What are you doing for Christmas this season? Are you going to have any? Are you having any holiday celebrations?
Yeah, of course. Santa's going to come to my house, and then I'm going to have Christmas dinner for the family. Lots of good stuff. Your basic, your turkey. I won't be eating the turkey, of course, but I'm not going to begrudge my family from eating some meat. So, get my holiday cheer on.
I'm not going to eat any venison. That's my New Year's resolution. No venison.
No Rudolph. Okay. Well, do what you got to do.
Yeah, I can't do the Rudolph.
I live in Livingston County. I think that's all we eat up here.
Yeah, everybody from Livingston County goes north to get their deer, though. They go way far north.
Yeah, north, backyard, whichever. It's a lot.
It's crazy because my dad's got 10,000 deer in his backyard, but he'll travel 40,000 miles up north and then camp out in the cold just to hang out with his beer drinking buddies and say.
Well, that's what it is. They don't actually hunt when they go up north. You do know that.
Well, I've been up there before.
Yeah.
I wasn't shooting. They gave me a gun. I just didn't shoot.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of hunting here. You can hear the gunshots go off during hunting season. So
I didn't say they weren't hunting. I just said that they, most of them are going up north to get their deer.
Oh yeah. They don't go up north to hunt. They stay around here and hunt. They go up north to get away from their wives.
Some of those gunshots might not be gunshots. They might be flashbang grenades from the bayonet or from LawNet. Who knows?
It's entirely possible. Just a duck. Yep.
Talk about a deer in the headlights. Bang.
Make sure it's Santa coming down your fireplace this year. Right?
Yeah, is Santa supposed to have an ATF thing on the back of his red sleigh? No.
Exactly. Does Santa have a ski mask, Mom? Oh, dear.
Don't open that gift. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Good Lord. Well,
I know. It's unfortunate that we have to joke like that, isn't it?
I there's something, you got to do something, because if you didn't laugh, you'd cry.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I watch the No Knock Raid video, I cry. I'm a pet lover. I can't believe that people would do that to animals. A lot of it's just target practice for these guys. They don't even care. There's no danger for them. They've been wearing body armor for crying out loud. They got beanbags. They'll put the dog across the room, but they got to shoot him in front of kids. Good Lord.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a special kind of testosterone out asshole to be one of those guys.
You gotta watch. We're on the regular radio. You gotta.
I think that one is probably okay.
I hope so. I don't know.
Is there a list somewhere? Because I'm shocked at the kind of language I hear on the radio.
Watch. We're just not. We're not going to George Carlin anybody for sure.
Yeah.
Denise, thanks for coming on. We're out of time for the show. Hopefully, we'll get you in the studio next weekend if you're around. That would be a lovely thing.
We'll try.
Thanks for coming on today. Merry Christmas to you.
Thanks again, Steve. You too.
We hope to see people out there in Ann Arbor at the Union. Well, whatever it is. Out there in Ann Arbor. You know where to go. We just told you. Look for us on iTunes. If you want to download the podcast, you can find our daily show. We do a daily show just on the internet. It's on iTunes as Radio Weed Show. That's the way you can find it. Folks, we'll see you next time on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show here on 1310 AM, Detroit's Progressive Talk, WDTW.
Medical Marijuana Radio Show and RadioWeedShow.com are trademarks. Copyright 2011.